You're welcome back. In this particular video, we'll be talking about user experience research. What exactly is user experience research? UX research is the systematic study of target users to collect and analyze data that will aid the design process by adding realistic context and insight. All right, so let's take a look at some of our user experience research steps. The first one I want to take a look at is the objectives. So what are our objectives? These are what we will love to know about the target users. In other words, there are questions you are trying to answer, like the pain points, goals, motivation, etc. Right? So let's say you want to know the frustration or pain points of a target user. What you want to do under your user experience research is to understand that this is what you want to feel. We'll call these things your knowledge gap. So after you know that particular knowledge gap objective that you will love to answer, the next thing is you want to work on your hypothesis. Your hypothesis is you actually penning down and writing down what you think, what you already know about your target users in regards to their behaviors and potential solutions to their needs. So that's the hypothesis. The third one is the method. How do you plan to fill in that particular knowledge gap under the objectives, right? Let's say your objective is to know their pain points. So how do you plan to fill in their pain points? How do you plan to go about to get data that will help you fill in their pain points? So we'll call that the method under the user experience research steps. Now the fourth one is to conduct the research. Basically, this is gathering the data based on the method we have selected under this number 3, which is method. So now the fifth one is to present it, which is synthesize, fill in the knowledge gaps. So after you have actually carried out and conducted this particular research under the fourth stage, right, the next thing you want to do is to basically start to fill in those particular knowledge gap to prove or disprove our hypothesis and discover opportunities for our design efforts. So basically that is how synthesize work. So the next thing you want to look at is user experience research methods, right? We have qualitative research and we have quantitative research and we have qualitative research. Now for quantitative is any research that can be measured numerically. Its data are measured such as how many people perform certain activities. They also allow you to compare different designs and determine if one version performs significantly better than the other. So it's basically numbers. If your kind of research and the kind of data that you're collecting doing your research and numbers that has to do with numeric numbers, like 30 people signed up, 30 people add the product to cart, 30 people actually purchase the product, right? The kind of research that you carry out is quantitative. Quant for short. Then the second one is qualitative. Qual for short. Qualitative data is more descriptive and measure the reasons or motivation behind these actions. It answers questions like why people see the call to action, why didn't people see the call to action, and what else did people notice on the page, and often takes the form of interviews or conversations. Qualitative research helps us to understand why people do the things they do. For example, why didn't people see the button? Why didn't people fill the form? Why didn't people purchase more products? Why didn't people add their product to cart? Are they not seeing the add to cart button? Are they not seeing the buy now button? So basically that kind of data that you are carrying out doing your research is called qualitative research. So once you have done that, the next thing you want to do now is to understand your user research methodologies. We start with observation, which is you observing your user for non-verbal clues as to how they feel, like their long-held beliefs or thoughts that should be further probed. Why the second one there, the second methodology is understanding. Understanding is you understanding your user mental model on how they expect the product to work. This could be based on previous examples, right? And the third one is analyze. Analyze is the process by which the researcher identifies patterns in the research, proposes possible rationale or solutions, and makes recommendations, right? So when you have actually gathered those particular information, the next thing that you want to do is to analyze it, check out the data that you have about the user, and you use that particular patterns to propose solutions and recommendations that will be used throughout the next design phases. Right, so basically this is how you carry out user experience research, by following these particular steps and using these particular methodologies. Now, thank you for watching this particular video. See you in the next video.